Hey, fellow drone enthusiasts and drone seekers. Marcus Crawford, otherwise known as Idaho Sledhead on my YouTube channel here. Hey, I took the little Hubsan Zino out for another flight today, so we'll throw up a little video about that. But just some more impressions of the craft, learning more about it. So that's kind of interesting. As you can see here, I don't know if you can see the batteries out of it right now. I'm charging a battery to take it out for a flight tomorrow. I hopefully get out to the Snake River and get some good scenic shots with it. But as for today, I took it up because I just wanted to free fly it a little bit and take it up to altitude. I had not taken it very high and do some other things. So I did exactly that. Because it's a Wi-Fi drone, control can be a little bit of an issue with this guy, or at least that's what the issues I had today. The FPV on the screen, I was trying to do some pans with it, and it was so jerky on the screen that I couldn't really control it. When I was looking at the FPV, I could not see exactly where the drone was facing, and so I was either going too fast or too slow, etc. And I'll put some of that video up for you to see. Don't want to put too much up because it'll make you ill looking at it. There's so much movement. And then the other thing, I flew it around a little bit. But the other thing I did is I went into what they call creative mode in there. And the only option that was available is one that they call panorama. And panorama was interesting in that it really isn't like a panorama picture. It's basically panning around, but it is kind of interesting because you can do the settings. You can tell it how far to pan. You can tell it what speed to pan. So in some situations, I can see, for me, fumble-fingered that I am, it's probably a little better way to do it because it'll come out smoother. But the other thing with the controller here. It is kind of more of a toy controller, and I know we shouldn't be comparing this to a more expensive drone like the Mavic, but it is, at least for me, is more difficult to control. And I do it the thumb with the thumbs on the controller, and I know a lot of people say that you should have two fingers on the gimbals to do it that way. I don't know. There's different ways to do it, but I am going to freely admit right here, I am not the best pilot out there. But those were kind of the experiences I had today. The other thing is that you have to remember with this drone, when I landed it, I didn't save it before I shut off the drone. So very important. That's operator error, but that's something to remember. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is I had issues. If you look at some of my earlier videos, when the first time I flew it, I had a lot of issues getting the controller bound to the aircraft and getting that all to work correctly. There's a lot of steps you have to go through. So I happened to be looking at the RC Sailors posted a video the other day of the issues they were having with their Android phone. So I just put a comment up in there about the issues that I had connecting to the drone. I got answered by the Hubsan people, the Hubsan official. They got on there and they asked me for more detail. So I went in and I gave them some detail, and they responded that they would send it to their engineers to take a look at. Man, I'm just saying that's great customer service. That is a company that actually cares about their customers and is listening to their customers. So I was very impressed. I will throw that up on the screen so you can see that. And if you use an Android phone with this drone, you might want to take a look at the RC Sailors, the video that they did too. So he's got a lot of comments about the issues that they've had. In any case, I still have to say, I've had a few problems, but I think about this drone in the context of I paid $299 for it on the Indiegogo campaign. For the money, wow, it's impressive. The other thing is, really, when you're shooting video on this, that's one more thought, I'm sorry here. When you're shooting video with this, you want to use the 4K mode. I think the modes that are less than that. It's got like a 270 and a 1080p. And I think you can even go down to 720p. They just aren't the quality. I guess if you're using a DJI drone, you're not going to like that quality. So I would suggest that you always leave it in 4K. In any case, like I said, tomorrow I'm hoping to go out on the Snake River and get some more scenic pictures with it, and I'll post that when I get it done. And that's about it. So this is Marcus Crawford, Idaho Sledhead out. And again, thank you very much for watching. And if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks again.